Welcome back to another episode of Pure Perspectives. I'm here with Gary Pierce down in Texas. Gary, let's talk market update. What's the latest and greatest in the market right now?
So what it looks like, and I'll throw a little, kind of screen up here, but the trend isn't our friend right now. The 10-year treasury, which we use as one of the leading indicators for mortgage rates, is definitely going in the opposite direction of where we want it to be, which is down, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But we've eclipsed an indicator in the market, which is the 200-day moving average, looking back, and it's kind of a line you'll see here where you'll see where the market is today, the 10 years pricing over that. We're at about where are we today? We're at 4.42. And that 200-day is below that. Usually you can, from these indicators, the kind of the trajectory that a stock or index is going, in this case, downward or upward. And unfortunately, we're on an upward trajectory, and we've seen it for the last 5 days. So it's super important. If you get in a deal, I wouldn't be in a situation where I'm floating. We've got tariff talk coming up tomorrow is the big deadline. Trump talked a little bit more yesterday about what that looks like. So we're going to see if any of these other countries will come to the negotiating table. But right now it's impacting us. I will say, just for, perspective, 675 at less than a point is still in play. 699 is pretty much par or, very little cost in the rate. So we're still at a fairly reasonable number with, starting with a 6. I think it's just important to, it goes back to the mortgage plan, right? Like, what's your plan? What's the first, 18, 24 months look like in your purchase versus, kind of the long-term play. But yeah, that's kind of where we're heading right now. Hopefully we'll get some, it's a light week as far as economic data. But over the next couple weeks, we're going to have Fed, we're going to have CPI. Hopefully CPI comes in light. We'll get a little reprieve, come down a little bit on the rates. So that's kind of where we're at on rates. Market
Yeah,
stuff.
you listen to the market, you would think we were swinging 2 points. It's yes, there's movement. It's not major swings, right? So it's the press will put our, I saw one article like people who are betting on lower rates, are in trouble. Like, no, they're not. It remained relatively stable. Like, will rates go down? That's certainly the hope, but there's financial indicators that we need to keep an eye on, as you've mentioned. So yeah, I would say keep in contact with your loan officer, understand what's going on in the market. We obviously look at this every morning and every afternoon. And for those that are floating rates, we should probably have the conversation about locking before some of these tariff discussions kick off, I guess, the next round of tariff discussions. Anything else going on interesting in the market we should be talking about?
No, I think that's really the case. There's some stuff coming out of FHFA. Secretary Pulte's talking about doing some things. They've kicked around some ideas on credit, how we're going to evaluate, how they're going to evaluate credit scores and some different things like that, but still way too early to tell. But we'll definitely have our hands and fingers kind of on that pulse and making sure that we're up to date and we're ready to kind of help navigate those waters. But what I think we ought to do is flip the script a little bit. I'm going to take the lead here, Clark.
All right.
I want to do we're going to do some rapid fire. Just rapid fire.
Here we go.
Have a little fun. I'm going to put you on the spot. I gave Clark 10 questions, kind of heads up. There might be some others that we're going to throw in the mix. All right. So here's the deal. I need you. Okay. One answer. That's one word answer. Yeah. One word. All right. We're going to start out real easy. All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Rates.
Fluctuate.
Okay. Market.
Booming? Question mark?
That's 2 words. Okay.
Well, the question mark was attached.
Okay. All right. So that's punctuation, not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Actually, it'd be 3 words, but who's counting? Yeah. All right. Clients.
Educated.
Okay. I would agree. Products.
Diverse.
Very good. That was my answer. Refinance.
Get ready.
Translates to prepare.
Prepare. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Prepare. One word. Sorry. I broke the rules again.
All right. First time home buyer.
Pre-qualified.
Okay. All right. Huge. huge
Yes.
piece to any home buyer. But yes. Okay. What about regulation?
Strict.
Yes. Yeah. It's not fun. Unfun would be mine. All right. Brokers.
Essential.
Gotcha. I like that. Equity.
Growing.
Okay. That's fair. Number 10. Future.
Oh, optimistic for sure. Has to be optimistic.
All right. Bonus round.
Oh boy. Ding ding.
Bonus round. Vancouver Canucks.
Soft.
Soft. I thought you were going to say frustrating.
Yeah, I've passed that point. I'm just now like they're not playoff ready. Come on. Soft.
All right.
Back at you. Red Wings.
Frustrating.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to go with young.
No.
Very young. They're very young.
Yeah.
They have a lot of growing up to do.
If you haven't been able to tell by this point in the video, Clark and I are both NHL fans, and our respective teams are in a respective
Gary's
frustrating
in Texas,
place.
but he's actually from Detroit, and I'm in California, but I'm actually from Calgary.
Yeah.
So we are Northerners that got tired of the weather, came on down and set up camp. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Well, if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe. Drops your comments below. If you're an NHL fan, let's see what your
let's see who you're with.
Is. Yeah, who you're with. What your thoughts are for the upcoming NHL season. And at this point, I don't think the Chiclet guys are in any jeopardy of us overhauling them or taking over theirs.
No, we have a ways to go.
Place on the Spotify charts or whatever they're on. Apple.
We'll do a side podcast called Pure Hockey.
Yeah, I think Biz is calling. Hold on, I better answer the phone.
Yeah. Better bleep out some stuff.
Yeah, we'll not. It'll be fun.
Yeah, leave us a comment.
All right,
Let us know
guys.
who you're with.
Quick and short one today. If you got any questions, definitely reach out. Love to help you with your mortgage plan. And as always, like and comment below. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great week.
See ya.